All right, hello everybody, and welcome to yet another League of Legends match here with NIU Esports. And tonight we're going to be having NIU Esports versus the Buffalo Bulls of the State University of New York at Buffalo. And this one's going to be a very interesting one. Both these teams coming into the match high up in the standings. Looking at it right now, if I did my math correctly, NIU's tied for third place in the conference at 4-1 with Northeastern, and Buffalo is in a three-way tie for fifth place at 3-1 right now with Western Michigan and Kent State. As we've talked about over the course of these games the last few weeks, this draft, you may see some weird picks and bans because the draft order is not what you're going to be seeing or what it actually was. So, like this Jax, for example, they did use draft below, and so this Jax was the last pick for the side of Buffalo. So that's why you'll probably see some more top lane bans coming through from the side of NIU. NIU saving that Malphite as the last pick here for Swole Pingu. Definitely something that can play well into the Jax. The Jax getting a little bit of a buff earlier in the patch. So the Malphite definitely one that you guys have wanted to see for a little bit. So there you go. You're going to see that from Swole Pingu here in the top lane. And Vi is something a little bit different from the side of Fury. Interested to see how that one goes into the side of Buffalo's Kofi. Lux for Elvin Cyber on the side of Buffalo. And then we see the Swain for B Chillin here in the mid lane of NIU. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again. Thank you to the follow from Bingwing. But thank you guys so much for joining me. As I've mentioned the last couple of matches, I am still getting over my cold, so if my voice cracks in and out as we go, just know that that's kind of the reason why. NIU here, they're not going to play that Vayne, they're not going to play that Zeri. It is going to be the Corki, as that is definitely something that we've seen from the side of Snark. Fishy Fizz going to pick up that Vayne, and then Tut going to have the Nautilus here from the side of Buffalo to round out their comp. And you finished it off with this Karma for Otter, so a little bit more of a poke style bot lane, as well as having the Enchanter here with the Karma, something that when it's strong is extremely strong, and just like the Lux, when it's not quite strong, not as much of a priority on it. But Karma, definitely one that can be flexed around quite a bit. In this case, we'll be seeing it as the support. Feel free to throw in the chat what your impressions are of these picks and bans. We are on a 2-minute chat delay and a 5-minute total delay with the 3 minutes that the game gives us. So just as has been standard throughout the season. Last night, for those of you that follow multiple of our NIU esports teams here, we did see Overwatch fall to Eastern Michigan, a very strong team in the conference here. So unfortunate for the Huskies on last night, but they'll definitely be making a comeback here over the next few days and weeks as they continue on. For the side of NIU and the League of Legends team, we got tonight's match against Buffalo, but it's a major set of matches. We got both of the teams tied for first place in the conference over the next week, as we see Ball State as the opponent on Saturday. That one should be a tough matchup and a fun one, so you'll want to make sure that you're sticking around and staying tuned on Saturday at 2 p.m. for that one. 2 p.m. Central, that is. And then for Wednesday of next week, same time as tonight, 7 o'clock Central, we're going to see Miami as the opponents. Both those teams have 5-0 right now in the conference and tied for first place coming into tonight. So definitely a strong set of opponents over the next few weeks for NIU. Looking at the Overwatch team, next week's back to another doubleheader week, I do believe. So let me pull up those matches for you guys. We've got the Overwatch schedule here. And yeah, the week of February 18th, it is Miami for Overwatch on Tuesday. So double Miami week. We've got them in Overwatch Tuesday and League of Legends Wednesday, and then Ball State on Thursday. So next week is full of Miami and Ball State for both of our teams. So it'll be one you won't want to miss. Again, thank you to our sponsor in Turtle Beach, the official gaming peripheral sponsor of NIU Esports, for all of their help throughout our broadcast and throughout our school year. And without further ado, we should be jumping into game here in about a minute. So, welcome aboard, everybody. We're getting ready. Yep, rock solid. I see it. Bebo pointing out that this is a new comp for the Huskies. I like it as well. So, shout out over to our observer / producer, Ethan Noodle. He's helping us out with that one as well. And then for myself, I'm going to be doing a solo cast again. And in case I didn't introduce myself earlier or you missed it on the screen earlier, I am Connor Vagel. All right. We should be getting underway very shortly here. This one should be a good match. So let's go ahead and get on to the action. In terms of summoner spells and runes, nothing necessarily of note to start. We're going to see those double teleports on the solo laners for both teams, as is standard. Looking across the board at it, it is going to be making sure I have this timed up with you guys, but going to be Grasp of the Undying on the Jax, a little bit more of a tanky rune for Jax. Not as much of his carry-oriented build, which you can do like a Conqueror for that. Conqueror, though, is going to be what we see on the Jarvan. It is going to be Arcane Comet for Elven Cyber on this Lux, Lethal Tempo for the Vayne, and Aftershock for Nautilus. From the side of NIU, going to be Arcane Comet for the Malphite of Swolpingu. Fury going to be running with the Conqueror. That is the Summon Airy for the Summon Airy for the Swain of Beachillin. Snark going to be running with the Conqueror, and that is as well the Arcane Comet for Karma. Interesting. So it sounds like we're having some technical difficulties, as you guys obviously are seeing a bit of a black screen here. So we're going to get those figured out, and then we will be getting into game. Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, and there we go. So I am lined up with you guys. We should be getting ready here. And aside from Tut and Fishy Fizz lining up to maybe go for a kill out of that bush, we don't see anything really happen with the engage there. And so NIU and Buffalo both going to play this very slow to start. No real advantages or no real fights to start this one off. And looking at the bot lanes, it is going to be the barrier for both the ADCs. We do see more of a combat summoner spell from this Nautilus with the Ignite. Now, Lexrum does get level 2 first, and so is able to get a little bit of a trade towards the Malphite here from Swolpingu. But Otter going to be using the heal compared to the Ignite from Tut. Beachill needs to be careful here, taking kind of low. We'll be able to get away from that one, but was a good trade here by the Lux. Oh, looks like we did see a crash, so I am no longer in sync. with you guys. So we'll hold off on that one. There's going to be that trade that I had just mentioned. And looking at it now, we'll hold off. But yeah, this is just going to be the re-engage here up towards the top side from Lexstrom. Just doing a little bit of poke damage on towards the Malphite. And overall, both teams just kind of backing away from this one. Now, we might see a fight towards mid as we do see that B-Chillin is down around half HP. The Jarvan is going to be sitting here of Kofi. Now he's going to be able to start this one up. Going to have to flash. Flash is answered by Elven Cyber. Not able to get the damage, though. And we'll see B-Chillin walk away. One auto attack's worth of health left on that champion. But luckily for NIU, their mid laner is going to trade the flashes, but will be able to survive on that one. And nicely played to be able to walk away from that gank by B-Chillin. Swapingu now has a little bit of an XP lead, so we'll see if he looks to go in on this one. Gonna force Lexstrom to use the Counter-Strike here. And this is kind of how that Jax to Malphite matchup tends to go. Now, this is unfortunate for B-Chillin. He does just walk up again. That's going to be the regank. It is going to be First Blood going over towards the side of Lux and Buffalo, with Elven Cyber able to find that one. A nice assist from Jarvan, and punishing the flashless B-Chillin for sticking around a little too long in the lane. This is going to be teleport back. Let's have flash, but Jarvan is there. NIU going to be able to ping that one, though, as there is a ward in that bush. And so we do see Swapingu able to just back away from it, play this pretty safely, and avoid any further deaths in the team. And NIU will do a nice job allowing this this Vi from Fury to just continue to farm up. And now you might see a re-engage here from Swapingu with Counter-Strike down. Nope, does elect to just start that one, but not really going to get a whole lot out of it. And so just will force the recall from Jax. Able to cancel it, though, so we'll kind of delay that reset. And as you see, the first Drake on the map is going to be the Mountain Drake. So now we do see NIU look for an engage here towards the bot side. Not able to find that from Otter. Tut, I should say. Going to look for that again. Now NIU going to turn this around. Snark taking some damage. The heal going to be used by Otter to make sure that they can follow up here. NIU will look for the dive. They'll be able to grab the kill from Fury. Nicely done by NIU, and getting the kill on towards their jungler here to start up this scaling on the Vi, as he just kind of walked up with the Vault Breaker charged and was able to just flash forward, use the Q, and finish off that kill. Now, this is warded, so NIU elects not to do the dragon to start here. Actually, that was just a nice prediction from the Lux. Able to place the pool where Vi was going to be. Swapingu does have 6, so we'll see with the grubs spawned if that's kind of where NIU wants to take this one. The wave is definitely in favor of NIU here. Now, Otter going to be able to grab the stun on towards the Elven Cyber. NIU going to be able to grab the damage. That's going to be the kill donated over towards B-Chill. And Fury going to have to be careful, though, because Tut is here. That's going to be the kill going over towards Kofi. Now turn back around. This could be the first 3 kills over towards the side of Buffalo. Now Kofi may have flashed a little too far forward. That's going to be ultimate used by Swapingu. NIU able to grab that kill. Now able to grab a second as well, as the Malphite will fall. B-Chill going to find himself on the board. 2-1-2 here on this Swain. And despite losing the first blood, B-Chillin doing a nice job of sticking around in this one and grabbing himself an advantage. Now, one thing to note, though, is this Lux has a pretty sizable farm advantage over the Swain. But NIU finding themselves one of the feats, the feat of combat, and so we'll see if they're able to get the that first objective feat. It does look like the Void Grubs are just going to be given over towards the side of Buffalo. They're going to roam down the jacks to make sure that those are secured. But looking at this, now level 5 on both the bot laners here of Buffalo, able to grab level 6 there on Fishy Fizz. I was going to mention that Otter, or Stark, I should say, had 6 earlier, but didn't end up meaning anything, as Fishy Fizz was able to grab 6 just in time. And NIU, we'll start up this dragon. We'll see if they're able to finish this one. Doesn't look like Jarvan's going to be able to contest, so it will be NIU just trading the grubs for the Drake and starting themselves with the Drake scaling early on here. Does look like pressure could be towards the bot side for NIU, whereas on the side of Buffalo, they're going to look towards pressuring for this Jax, as the Jarvan is sticking around up top side, clearing this camps up there. Malphite doing a nice job, does just about have ultimate back and has flash, so could be able to back away with Swolpingu should the engage happen here, but we'll have to see how Buffalo decides to play it, as we do see Kofi just kind of walk down and continue to just turbo farm on the top side of the map, so we won't see any ganks there. We'll just continue to be both these top laners, continuing to farm out these waves. Dark finding himself a nice early advantage in the CS. About 12 CS there. Doesn't quite make up for the difference in the mid lane. Now this is a little bit difficult for Swolpingu. That is, Jax has flash. Now that's going to be ult used. Nicely done, just baiting Lexrum in. Fury going to be able to find that one with the pursuit, the cease and desist, my apologies, and then able to use the Vault Breaker to get into position. Nicely done by NIU's jungler there, as well as especially Swolpingu, able to find the perfect bait on that one. Ulted away, used his flash, had to expel a lot of resources there, but able to find the kill on towards this Jax of Lexrum. And NIU needs to be a little careful here. They don't know the Kofi is following up with this one, although this could be traded back. Flash is used. Fishy Fizz is going to be taken low. Otter will fall, but Be Chillin' is here. This is going to be the ultimate. It will be one traded back, as Kofi will be slain by Snark. We'll see if Be Chillin' is able to grab anything else out of it. He will not. But now we'll see. NIU might look to stop this back. They don't believe they have the resources to do so, and so it will be Fishy Fizz getting out of that one, trading it 1-for-1. NIU doing a nice job of following that up and answering the kill on the bot side by having the Swain teleport down from Be Chillin'. And overall, about 1,000 gold lead here for the Huskies. 3 kills the advantage, and Drake went over towards the side of NIU. They traded it for the grubs, so objectives were even, or are even. Wow. Be Chillin' just not expecting the full rotation damage from the Lux, got stunned and ulted, and then that just was the final spark, was enough to be able to get the kill. So Alvin Seibert doing a nice job turning things around there for Buffalo. And NIU's mid laner going to have to be careful as we continue on through. All right, now we do see NIU has this warded. This is going to be Fury following this up. Flashes forward. That's going to be the cease and desist. Now everybody, all the damage is going to be layered on top of that one. NIU not going to be able to grab anything out of that. It will just be the grub. See, not able to use it. Now, that is going to bait out the teleport from Lux, which will allow Be Chillin' to just farm up this mid wave a little bit more. He may even be able to help out with this top lane fight or with the Void Grubs. That is 5 grubs taken. It will be the final grub taken over by the side of Jarvan and Buffalo, but Flash is going to be followed. Ooh, the Blast Cone. Nice job by Jarvan waiting on that one to make sure that the Flash was not really useful there. But NIU does have quite a few members of the team here. Oh, the Otter doing a nice job of body blocking the Dredge line. This is the damage right back. The heal is enough. NIU going to be able to turn that one around. The bot lane playing this perfectly. And that will be the kill going over towards the side of Snark against Fishy Fizz here. And looked like Fishy Fizz might have had just enough damage, but NIU doing a perfect job using the karma from NIU Otter to perfection and finding themselves the 1-for-0 in that fight.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Does look like Jarvan was able to get out of that one. Both teams going to look to position for this second Drake. It is a Hextech Drake. And so, won't see Mountain Soul, won't see Hextech Soul. We'll have to see which one we do get, but does look like NIU will try to position themselves for this first and second Drake. Now that's going to be ulti used. Fishy Fizz taken low. The stun comes through from Otter, but that's going to be the damage. Swolpingu going to be able to find the kill on towards Fishy Fizz, and that should be the side of Buffalo having a very difficult time contesting this. Their ADC not going to be available for the fight. They do have the Lux, though, and so they're going to continue to just throw abilities over the wall. NIU going to have to recall their... Oh, wow. That's going to be the final spark and the Q. Able to find it. The steal goes over towards the side of Elven Cyber, and now this is just a little bit aggressive from the side of NIU. You have to think that maybe they were a little bit frustrated with that steal, and so decided to take a bit of a risky play, and in the end that will end up being punished here. Gold will be pretty much even at this point, despite NIU being up 3 kills, because that is going to be the objectives over towards the side of Buffalo. They're going to have the feat of objectives. I forget exactly what that one is called. The feat of monster slaying is what that one is. And so now NIU, Buffalo, both going to race to get first brick, because the team that's able to get that first turret is going to be the ones that get the feats boots. As we've talked about many times, NIU not the maybe not finding it as the most valuable objective, the feats. That'll be Buffalo securing them and the additional gold value that they bring. And now it looks like NIU is just going to look to try to grab this Rift Herald. Could spawn in just a couple of about 10 seconds here, and so yep, there it is. And NIU will be in position to start this up. See if they're able to grab it, as they do start it up with the Vi and Karma. And Jarvan is back in base. I don't think that there will be a contest here from the side of Buffalo, although Tut is going to place some vision down, so NIU will clear out some of that vision at least. And now there's going to be the final spark. That's going to be Fury falling in this one, and it will be Buffalo stealing that as well. The Rift Herald falling in favor of Buffalo. NIU losing 2 in the double kill. Snark going to be able to get just far enough away from that dredge line, but that is definitely not what you want from if you're NIU. This Elven Cyber Lux definitely in a strong position. Red turret going to be destroyed on the bot side. This will be traded back as Beachilling going to be able to grab the damage, but he might be on the wrong side of the map as well, considering that Jarvan is going to be here. And Buffalo going to be able to grab another objective with that mid-tier 1 turret. And NIU losing quite a bit in the gold game over the last last 2 to 3 minutes of the game. And Buffalo doing what they tend to do most years, and that is play with extremely strong macro and being able to really just stall some of these objectives to get the steal. And they found it on 2 in a row here. So, and now you're going to have to be pretty careful about how they take some of these objectives moving forward. Definitely not out of this one. Both these teams pretty well situated so far, but is unfortunate for the side of the Huskies that they have lost these 2 objectives. Lux has the fully completed Crimson Lucidity boots, so does have 2 full items at this point. Only one on the map that has that so far. This is going to be Swolpingu. They have to dive away. Nicely done to be able to dash back from this one and get away from that, but NIU doesn't have anybody able to answer here on the top side, and so now that's going to be the light binding into the final spark. Otter is going to just fall as NIU not going to have the vision there to be able to move into their own jungle and just trying to walk to contest. It will be the kill going over towards the side of Buffalo. And this Lux is definitely turning into a bit of a problem here. The light bindings definitely able to find the stuns where possible, and then just that super low cooldown on the ultimate does mean that we do see that continuously is a thorn in the side of the Huskies here. So NIU looking to use Be Chillin' to grab this bot lane tier 1 turret. Would be their first turret take of the game. Not going to be able to finish it off quite yet, as this could be the next fight around the dragon here as it spawns, or has spawned now. And are you going to place some vision? They do look like they have inside positioning, but Fury going to elect to just back away from this one, as the Malphite and Corki going to be a little bit later getting there. Now, NIU will elect to just kind of step forward for this. Stark going to have to be careful. Elven Cyber is here, so this is going to be the stun on towards Swolpingu. Started up by the side of Buffalo. Stun goes through. That's going to be the stun on towards the back line as Jax is able to find Lucander strike into towards the back. This will be traded back. It is a 2-for-1 in favor of Buffalo so far. Could be a 3-for-1 as that's going to be the flash over the wall. And there it is. It is a 3-for-1. Snark grabs the lone kill for NIU, but Fury, Be Chillin', and Otter will all fall. And that's going to be the side of Buffalo pinging on towards this voracious Oddcon. They'll also spawn the Rift Herald in the mid lane, continuing to just grow this gold advantage with these cross-map macro plays. And despite, yeah, that is a 6,500 gold advantage at this point, and don't believe NIU is going to be able to counter or really contest this Oddcon. They're going to try. That is teleport being used by the Jax here. So NIU will rotate up towards it. Teleport also going to be used by Be Chillin'. And so it does look like NIU wants to fight over this objective. They'll have the... It's down to about half HP. NIU not quite contesting yet. Now going to be able to try to find something. That is Fury. Going to be dashing on the side. He's going to try to finish this one. That is going to be the ultimate, though. It's going to be Oddcon going over towards the side of NIU. And they're going to be able to follow this up with the fight. We'll see if they're able to grab the damage, as they are able to get a lot on towards the back line here. And it is going to be everybody from NIU losing the Oddcon buff, but nicely done by NIU, able to get the steal on that one, because I think if they had lost that objective, that probably would have spelled a pretty much disaster for the team here. So they'll take that one, and they'll get the whatever it's called, the recall. It's not really a recall, but effectively the Guardian Angel. One thing that has changed is that they are, or at least I thought it was patch 3, but it might be patch 4, but they're moving that to 15 seconds rather than 5, which is helpful for the team that doesn't get it, but NIU doing a nice job of at least being able to get a full reset off of that fight. And now, actually, Fury does have the buff still because he died before the buff had been taken. So now NIU gonna try to move forward onto this one, but not able to find anything. We'll just back away, clear some vision. Swolpingu, sitting on 2 items, has the Sunfire Aegis or Aegis as well as the Thornmail. Able to answer the Jax in the side lane. And Dragon, it's going to be the Cloud Drake. Will be that 4th Drake of the game. It's going to spawn here in about 1 minute and 40 seconds. And so looks like both these teams kind of just looking to push out the lanes. Hopefully set themselves up to take a nice fight around the Dragon here. As for Buffalo, that would put them on soul point. For NIU, it would prevent the continued Dragon stacking. NIU will go ahead and take the... Nope, they'll just put some damage on the top lane turret, I should say. As Vayne, Fishy Fizz will roam up there to answer. And really, it's this Lux and Jarvan combo that are the ones that are pretty scary here from the side of Buffalo. If NIU can grab a pick on towards one of them, as that's the light binding. Gonna miss here. I mean, you're gonna be able to grab some damage on towards Elven Cyber. We'll see if they're able to follow it up. No, they're not. And that's gonna be the ultimate used on towards the final spark does land. NIU able to grab the damage, able to grab the kill, yes, on towards the Lux. Kofi gonna be taken low. We'll see if NIU is able to grab anything on towards that. No, it's gonna be traded as well as Snark will fall. It'll be a 2-for-2. As jungle and mid for the side of Buffalo fall, and jungle and ADC for the side of NIU fall. And NIU not quite happy with that 2-for-2, as they do see that because of that, Vayne was able to just rotate up towards the top side and push that lane in, take the top lane tier 3 objective here. And both Baron and Dragon spawning in under 10 seconds. NIU needing to be careful with this reset to be able to contest one of these 2 objectives. Lux still not spawned to just now does. That's going to be teleport in, as that'll be the side of Buffalo starting up this Dragon. NIU not really going to be able to get there in time. And I think they're going to have to make a call just to concede this one, as that teleport does mean that Buffalo gets the inside positioning on the objective and will get the soul point for themselves. This one's a little closer than you might, than the gold lead might have you think. I mean, 4,500. NIU has yet to take the turrets, though. A couple of them sitting at quite low health, and so if NIU is able to just clear some of these waves and even get a push of their own going, they'll be able to even up this gold deficit that they're currently facing. A lot of gold going on towards their ADC here in Snark on the Corki. Sitting on 2.5 items, almost onto his 3rd item. And Corki definitely a bit more early game than some of the ADCs we've seen in the past. And Buffalo going to start up this Baron. NIU going to be able to grab vision of that one. And so they do know that this is happening. Buffalo has vision of the Huskies as they go for this. NIU now placing down a control ward. The control ward of Buffalo's is going to be placed. That's going to be the Zhonya's used. Be chillin', going to delay and just stall this fight. Jax is on the back line, but we'll see if NIU is able to turn this around. Snark going to be able to sidestep the final spark. As NIU able to do some damage on towards Kofi. Nobody falling quite yet. The re-engage happens from Kofi. That's going to be a 1-for-1. No, a 1-for-nothing still, as Kofi just has so much shielding. NIU still not having grabbed anything. The triple kill on towards the Vayne. The double kill on towards Lifestrom's Jax. And that's going to be the ace and the victory over towards Buffalo. NIU just not able to cut through the shielding, and that was quite the crazy fight as NIU looked like they had Buffalo on the ropes, but the shielding was just too much for the side of the Huskies. And with a 20-14 kills advantage, Buffalo's going to take game number one, about 1,000 gold lead. So I wouldn't say super convincing, but they're going to take it in a convincing to a point fashion. And NIU will have to go back to the drawing board a little bit. Certainly not the game. Yeah, you could see they had the gold lead for a little bit there, and then it just ballooned up right around that 16-minute mark. And from there, Buffalo really was able to take control of the game. Um, we saw in the chat that Bebo talked about this was a little bit of a different composition than NIU had been playing. We'll see if they maybe revert back to some of their comfort a little bit more. Maybe looking for a different style into this Buffalo composition. And obviously, the early game worked for a little bit, but Buffalo able to just find the better macro play towards the mid game and turn things around. So we're going to go ahead and send you guys to a quick break. But when we return, we'll be back for game number 2 of Buffalo versus NIU, with NIU looking to try for the reverse sweep on this one. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we are into game number 2, at least picking bands of such game, and we were treated to them off stream a little bit here, and I think that you guys are going to be interested to see where this goes because, as you see right now, the Lux that was a thorn in the side of NIU from this Elven Cyber for game number 1, that is off the table. And now NIU. So this was a really interesting draft because okay, so it is Pantheon top. We were kind of wondering where this was all gonna fit in. I'll give props to Ethan on the production side. He was calling it this way that it was gonna be Pantheon, Amumu, and then the support pick was picked a little early, and so we were a little confused where it was going as well. Gangplank, Rengar, Galio. Rengar was that first pick here for Kofi. Feeling confident playing that carry-oriented jungler. The Galio came in the 4th rotation. Gangplank was the final pick for the side of Buffalo. NIU took the Amumu 2nd, took the Pantheon last pick. Anivia was the first pick of the 2nd set of picks after the bans. And then we're looking here for the final ban, which is going to be... Oh, they messed up their bans. So, yeah, Lulu was the early ban. Rumble and Garen were the final 2 bans from the side of... Oh, NIU also messed up their bans. That's why. Wild. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We got Corki, Vayne, Rel. Corki was that first pick for NIU. Poppy being the support there that we weren't sure if it was going to be the top lane Poppy, maybe Pantheon jungle and Amumu as the support, but it is indeed going to be the little more standard Poppy support. Definitely something that into the Vayne and Rel, where they're both going to look to tumble and dash forward. The Poppy having the steadfast presence is going to be a very viable ability, especially, seeing that Rengar, you're going to have the potential of a Rengar just dashing out of the fog of war, and so you're going to have to be careful here with that assassin roaming the map, but I think they have a composition that's pretty strong in its own right, very good with the team fight, and definitely going to allow them to lock down a target between that Pantheon, Amumu, Anivia, Poppy. All of them are going to be able to lock down these targets, and then it's a matter of getting the Corki damage thrown on top of that. And Anivia can do plenty of damage in her own right, as we've seen with Beachill and piloting this champion over the past few weeks. Piracy is a crime, folks. Don't do that. But he hasn't been. He's been piloting it. Animosity, Fury, so hot and handsome. What a commentary in the chat. I will say as well, we had a question earlier. Bagel, what do you think of Ubisoft's hit game Watch Dogs? Big fan of it, big fan of the fact that it was based in Chicago. Big fan of the gameplay. Watch Dogs 3, not my favorite, but Watch Dogs 2, pretty fun. Definitely got my streaming start by being a really bad Watch Dogs player that I would stream it, though, so that was always fun. Agent KV says hi. Bagel, are you experiencing any lag? Well, that's such a specific question, and I am not experiencing any lag, so that's wonderful. Reverse sweep incoming from Debo. I like it. I like the enthusiasm from the coach here. While we have a moment, we'll give you guys those lineups. So, NIU, in the top side, it is Swolpingu. Then in the jungle, it's going to be Fury. The mid lane is oftentimes going to be Beachillin, but also playing mid lane for the Huskies here is Beast Fridge. Playing ADC and also sometimes mid lane, sometimes ADC. That's That is Beast Fridge and FYS Element. And then starting ADC for the Huskies is Stark. Starting support for the Huskies is Otter. All right. Yeah. T-Bone saying, be chillin', Anivia. It's a lock. I like it. I like the confidence. And, it is one of those picks that we've seen a lot of success on. I was actually kind of surprised seeing that. Oh, oof. Strikes 0401. Yikes. No need for that type of commentary here. Tisk tisk. Jumping on and immediately saying with your first message that we're trash. No need for that. So we'll go ahead and get that taken care of. But anyway, as we go. I can't. Anyway, looking at the game, we are going to get you guys into very shortly here. Oh, wow, perfect. We actually got great timing with that one. And so we will get up to speed.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
As NIU looks to just 5-stack this top lane bush,
Minion spawn.
Gangplank is going to spot this one, so NIU won't be able to find anything out of it. But a nice try here for the Huskies, as they do just try to push this one forward and not able to find anything out of it. This will allow the side of Buffalo to just get some deep vision placed, or at least to move in for some deep vision.
Minions have spawned.
Actually didn't place any, which is surprising. So Fish Fizz holding on to that ward. Let's go through the summer spells and the runes here. So a little bit different there, as Swolpingu is taking the Ignite here. So no teleport going to be available on the Pantheon. Does have that ultimate with the Grand Starfall, so can pretty much teleport around the map on that ultimate's cooldown. So that's always something that you can kind of get away with as the Pantheon. We're going to see Tut and Fishy Fizz try this early slight bush cheese again, but doesn't end up doing anything out of it. And we do see, though, that Tut going to be able to clear out this ward early, as he does have the sweeper here. But going back through that, double teleports for the solo lanes for the side of Buffalo. That is the barrier and then the ignite for the bot lane of Buffalo. NIU, ignite and teleport for the solo lanes, barrier and exhaust for the support and ADC. Going through those runes, as NIU doing a nice job of just backing away, seeing that the side of Buffalo does have that level 2 advantage. Now, Galio going to be rotating around, just trying to grab some vision onto where NIU was. NIU does have a ward there, so they do know that he went for this invade. NIU being able to kind of decide where that is. But now, this is the engage from the side of NIU, or from the side of Buffalo. NIU going to have to use 3 summoner spells to get out of that one, just getting away with the exhaust, or with the ignite from Tut for the side of Buffalo. NIU will have to recall Snark here, and so that'll be quite the advantage on towards the bot lane of Buffalo here. Jungle clear is going a little bit faster for the Amumu, so it's very slight, but we do see that these junglers are going towards opposite sides of the map, as there is some vision there, though. So even though we did see Lexstrom back, they know that he's there, or that Fury is up towards that top side. Same thing here, though, as there is going to be the ward placed by NIU Otter, and so there is going to be vision on this Rengar as he moves towards the bot lane. Both of these junglers may be moving towards the mid lane. Fury gonna back, but is on a ward. Doesn't know that quite yet. But Galio not gonna be able to cancel the back there, so it will just be both these teams continuing to just poke back and forth at each other. And really only advantage on the side of Buffalo is that they have those summoner stall advantages in the bot lane over the side of NIU. First Drake, going to spawn in about 30 seconds. That's going to be the Mountain Drake once again as the first Drake of the game. Does look like NIU would have inside positioning, but the wards are going to be placed by the side of Buffalo, so not really anything for NIU to, to try to force quite yet. And be chillin', just getting poked by this Galio, as might be expected. Still does have Agnivia, but needs to be a little bit careful. You don't want to lose that passive early on here. Now, Swapingo doing a nice job of just making himself invulnerable during the barrel, and now we might see a fight towards the bot lane as, yeah, both these teams being very respectful of the tank supports. And now we do see that, yeah, that steadfast presence is going to be popped, and so that is just the side of NIU having to walk away. Now the Rengar is here. NIU needs to be careful about this, as this does look like Buffalo is going to try to engage on it, although Galio also roaming down, so Buffalo definitely wants to try to start up this dragon. They want to force a fight to be able to grab the advantage. Instead, NIU will just recall. They do have Fury up towards the top lane. That's going to be the engage from Pingu. Now that's going to be the damage going through. The advantage toss does land. That's going to be flash from Pingu. Able to turn that one. But that's going to be the ultimate used by Gangplank. Just not going to be able to get the kill. And NIU will grab that one. One auto flashes forward. Actually going to be turned. No, be chillin'. Oh my goodness. Just both of these mid laners survive as the heals from the health potions came through for Elven Cyber. NIU getting be chillin' out with a sliver of health as well. Now NIU look to see Fury starting this starting these Void Grubs, able to grab one, but then the Rengar did show up, so not able to really find anything else out of it. Does look like NIU just going to move towards the dragon and trade the two grubs that that Rengar is able to get for the Mountain Drake. So overall, advantage NIU if they're able to secure this Drake, considering that neither team got all three of the grubs, so neither team gets the stack towards the feet. Buffalo getting 2, so the most they could get is 5. Still going to be helpful with the split push with that 5, but definitely not as impactful as the 6 would potentially be. Otter, just playing carefully. That's going to be Vision, as Fury is also here. Yeah, just going to have to use the knockback there is Vayne to make sure that that there is no engage from the side of Fury and this Amumu. And yeah, just the one kill in this game so far. NIU does own that one kill. Gold leads slightly in favor of Buffalo. But overall, pretty close so far this game. Both these teams, we could see these junglers meet here in the mid lane, or on the Raptors camp. As, yeah, we do see Pantheon also roaming down. That's going to be the damage coming through. Galio going to be placing the ultimate down. That's going to be turned on towards Kofi here. We'll see if NIU has the damage. Be Chillin is there on the backside. Kofi just standing, and now that's going to be Gangplank doing the damage over the top. Swolpingu will get one back. We'll see if he's able to get the second kill. Yes, that's going to be Feet of Warfare going over towards NIU. Swolpingu will just barely survive, but this Pantheon going to be 2-0-1 already with a bounty, 8.5 minutes into the game. And Swolpingu doing what Swolpingu does best, and that is turning fights around. Nicely done by the Huskies, able to get that one. And now that is the ultimate dropped. Not quite sure. Yeah, it's not going to find the right bush. And so that'll just be that cooldown. And not going to be able to cancel the recall here of Swolpingu. So nicely done by the Huskies, able to get that second and third kill of the game. They did lose one in the exchange, but they'll be able to just recall, reset, and grab themselves the feet here. And overall, now it might look like, looks like NIU might be positioning for a dive here, as that's the Magnet Storm going to be used, but it's the damage over the top. Otter going to be able to grab that one now. That's going to be the Pantheon as well. That is a killing spree for Swolpingu. Kofi is here. Otter's got to be careful, but Swolpingu going to be able to get the stun with Fury. That's a double kill over towards Swolpingu on this Pantheon. He is 4-0-1, and NIU has themselves a very early lead here. The one thing that that you will take if you're the side of Buffalo in this one is the fact that the farm advantage is on the side of the Gangplank, as well as the Galio here, a level advantage as well, and the Gangplank has been able to grab a couple of turret plates pretty quickly here, but NIU just going to reset, or just going to change these lanes up a little bit, and at least for the time being, going to swap these lane assignments to make sure that they can keep the advantage up towards the top lane. That's going to be ulti dropped. Lexstrom going to be taken very low. Kofi is here. NIU needs to be careful about that, as that's going to be the flash. Getting Otter nicely done, pushing away. Be chillin'. Able to get this one now. Doesn't end up landing that. The stun does land. That's going to have to be Cure Scurvy. NIU could turn this around because the Amumu is here. That's going to be the damage. Otter will fall, but will it be enough? Fury going to be able to get in on this one. The ulti, that is going to be Agnivia popped. Now, Fury does have ultimate, not going to want to use it. Now it's going to be able to grab the kill on towards Be Chillin' does survive through Agnivia, and they're going to turn this one around as Elven Cyber also going to fall. Swolpingu going to go unstoppable, and this will be a 2-for-1, or yeah, 2-for-1 extended in favor of the Huskies. They'll find themselves up 8-2, and they'll find themselves up 2,000 gold. And on top of all that, they'll be able to grab these grubs, potentially put themselves on 2 stacks of the Feet of Monster Slaying as well. You know, in Champ Select, I wasn't sure where these champs were going to go, whether the Pantheon was going to be going over towards the side of Swolpingu or not. At the end of the day, very happy to see that. This might have been a little aggressive from Fury, as the damage goes over the top. Kofi going to be stunned, and he's going to be able to be turned around on, but now I don't think NIU anticipated the Galio ultimate and the teleport coming through, so it will be Gangplank also grabbing some assists here. NIU will trade it 2 for, or will lose the trade 1 for 2. The stun does land. Elven Cyber going to be taken extremely low. Fishy Fizz going to be able to grab the kill on towards Be Chillin' as he dashed forward. And on the side of NIU, though, we do see the Corki continuing to just free farm on the spot lane. And so Otter's going to be able to clear out this wave. The teleport's going to have to be expended just to make sure that Galio keeps this turret from falling, as yeah, Corki and Snark is able to get that turret down to 1 plate, and NIU definitely has the advantage in that one. Where NIU might not have the advantage is positioning towards this Infernal Drake, as Rengar is here. Gonna look to grab Vision. Fury is also here though, so we'll see how NIU wants to go in on this. Otter gonna be able to grab some damage. The Bolo Toss does land towards Fury, so uh, it will be the Rengar able to escape, but NIU just gonna continue to position towards this. There is vision from the side of Buffalo on the Drake, so NIU elects not to start it here. But now they're going to just change out these lanes. They'll put the Anivia down towards the bot lane for now to make sure that they can try to grab the gold on towards that champion. 0-1 and 5 on this Anivia is be chillin', sitting on a 1-stack Rod of Ages, so definitely starting to get the champion scaling. Overall, NIU has the nice advantage with the feats as well if they want to commit to trying to go for that. They just need one more objective in order to secure that, whereas the side of Buffalo needs 3 objectives. The first turret would be the first feat for the side of Buffalo, and NIU going to start up this dragon. There is no vision at this point from the side of Buffalo. It does look like Buffalo is just going to elect to back away from it, and so that will be feats going over towards the side of NIU. It'll also be 2 dragons to the side of NIU, and we will see a Chemtech Soul here in game number 2, and NIU gonna like that one. They have the advantage starting it up, so we'll have to see. Otacon also towards the top side once again, and Fury gonna look for a potential bandage toss here. Does look like both these teams, or NIU just does want. Oh, bandage toss doesn't land there, but it does look like NIU potentially just wants to dive towards this bot side. This is on my Stark, able to use the Valkyrie away. And yeah, first turret, gonna go over towards the side of the Huskies. So nicely done finding the advantages across the map for the Huskies here. And now we're just gonna see the trade go through from Swolpingu. NIU spotting the Rengar here. Looks like Buffalo definitely positioning towards this top half of the map with the Rift Herald spawning in just about 30 seconds. They want to be in position to take that one. And by 30 seconds, I meant about 10, as that one's going to spawn at 16 here. And so we'll see if NIU looks to contest that. They do have Snark still up towards this mid lane as well. Mumu currently has inside positioning on the Dragon, or sorry, on the Rift Herald, as Rengar did back and go towards his bot lane in his bot half of the map. And Vayne going to be pinging on towards this Rift Herald, but the side of Buffalo needs to be careful here because they don't have the smite available in this. And NIU does have their jungler in a better position for it. Now, Elven Cyber going to step forward, going to try to dash away, but not able to do so. Going to be forced to flash as NIU... Ooh, Kofi able to grab some damage on towards Snark, but turned around Fury going to be able to grab that one. Actually, he goes to be chillin'. But Fury doing a nice job with the bandage toss. There's going to be the ultimate use as Elven Cyber going to be taken low. NIU, Vayne on the back end, you're going to have to be careful. That is Vayne just continuing flash forward from Swolpingu. That's going to be the stun. Landing. Fishy Fizz will kite back, but won't be enough. Gangplank still alive. Doesn't matter. NIU going to be able to grab the 3 for 2 in that fight. They'll grab the turret here on towards the mid lane, and then you almost certainly will see them move towards the objective and take the Rift Herald. My apologies, I always get that one wrong for some reason. Ooh, this needs to be careful from NIU as Beachillin does not have Agnivia, and Galio going to be rotating on behind. Now, Kofi is just going to step into the bandage toss. The damage will go through. Beachillin going to be able to use the wall over the side. Tut might be in a bad position here as the bandage toss is available. Nice done. Able to actually layer that so that it didn't land. Agnivia. Oh, that's Fury that's low. My apologies. As NIU does trade that 1 for 1. The kill went over towards the side of the Rel, but Elven Cyber going to be able to be killed off by Snark. NIU up 14-8, and they will walk away with the 2 for 1 in favor of the Huskies here. Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing this on your side, chat, but that's a bit of an aggressive ping towards this gangplank. I'm not sure if that's just telling the team, hey, he's still alive, or if that's saying, if that's like a tilted, why aren't you joining these fights type of ping. But there's been a lot of pings from this Rengar on towards the gangplank. And so that'll be something to watch. Vayne also pinged it quite a few times. But, you know, maybe it's just a communication style for them. We'll have to see. As NIU will find themselves the Rift Herald, and excuse me, that'll go on the 7-0-4 Pantheon as well. Just 30 seconds until Dragon spawns once again. That'll be the Infernal Drake, or no, the Chemtech Drake. My apologies. It has the wrong icon on the timer. NIU definitely going to look for this one. Buffalo going to want to contest because this one would put NIU on Soul Point. NIU potentially moving towards this this Rel, looking to maybe take a fight early. Rel going to get stunned, but dashes over the wall. Nicely done to kind of make sure that was buffered. And NIU will start up this dragon, but it looks like they might be trying to bait this as Be Chillin'. You're going to do a nice job of walling this off. Blackstrom going to try for the damage over the wall. NIU has the... No, that's going to be smited a little too early. The ultimate going to be used on top of that. Now that's going to be turned around. Tut is going to stay alive. Now is going to fall. This is a 2 for 2. And nobody in favor of Alvin Cyber going to fall as well as Snark going to be able to grab a double kill. And now it should be NIU cleaning this one up, a triple kill and a quadra kill over towards the side of Snark as the Corki went off. And NIU finds themselves a ace for 3. And they'll keep 2. They'll go ahead and move on towards this Rift Herald. Rift Herald, why am I saying that? They'll move on towards this mid lane tier 2 turret and continue to just push the advantage here. Still only about a 2k gold lead, so this is definitely not the largest gold lead we've seen for the Huskies, or even the largest gold lead we've seen in this series. But NIU now will start to move towards this Voracious Otacon. They could get the Guardian Angel style buff. We did see them steal it last game and kind of stall out with that, but they need to be careful because we've seen what this buff can do when it is stolen, and it just kind of minimizes any advantage that you get if you're taking it in a less than advantageous position. And you're doing a nice job just timing that properly to be able to clean out that ward on the Otacon. Now placing their own control ward, and they will summon the Rift Herald up towards this top lane. And they'll try to break open this top lane tier 1. They'll lose their mid lane tier 1 as well, but Snark, he's in a tough spot. Magnet Storm is going to be used. Snark will fall as there's really not a lot that he can do here. And actually, Pantheon going to have to be careful here too. NIU going to lose their top laner as well. And just over committing to that top lane and leaving their ADC and top laner vulnerable here in the mid lane. Be Chillin', not going to be able to get there in time to take this, to keep this tier 2 turret in the top lane, or in the mid lane available. And it will be the kill of the turret going over towards the side of Buffalo. Obviously, I'm still feeling the effects of this cold because those were some shaky calls. My apologies. But yeah, NIU now going to move on towards this top lane once again. They did grab some spacing in that by taking a lot of damage on towards this tier 1 and tier 2 in the top lane. They'll go ahead and grab the vision, so we'll have to see if NIU commits to this Otacon take. Now, looking for the potential stun on towards Fishy Fizz. The ultimate is going to land. That's going to be the flash now. Snark doing the damage over the side, though. Tut is going to be taken low. Kofi also going to turn this back, and NIU, now that's going to be Pantheon going in. The stun goes through, though. NIU not able to find the damage. Now Elven Cyber taken low, does flash forward. And nobody dies in the exchange, but NIU finds themselves the summoner advantage in that one. And you have to imagine that's going to be enough for them to start up this Otacon, as we do see that the Rengar is still towards the mid lane. Now they're going to walk up towards this. NIU needs to do this quickly. There could be a steal potentially here, as the teleport is available from B Chillin. Does look like NIU is going to elect to use that, but on the side of Buffalo, they elect that it won't be worth it to steal. NIU will be taking the Otacon uncontested. Nicely done by the Huskies. They have the advantage here, and I think that had NIU been able to secure that third dragon, that almost certainly would have had to be a contest on the Otacon for the side of Buffalo, considering that NIU would have been able to take the Otacon fight and the Otacon, and then immediately fight on towards this this dragon as it spawns in just about 30 seconds here. With the way things played out, though, this one's less important for Buffalo to take, considering that NIU isn't on Soul Point right now, and so they decide that they're going to just try to set up for the next fight, and they will allow NIU to grab the Otacon, and then, you know, they'll set up, NIU will set up for the Chemtech Drake here. Fury going to take a bit of damage with that third set of barrels. Takes half of his HP. Fury going to be a little low. The ult does land, and Fury going to be withdrawn here. Snark going to go forward. That's going to be the flash from Lexstrom to make sure that he does not fall there. And NIU needs to be careful, because this does allow the side of Buffalo to set up for this dragon. And it looks like NIU will make the call just to back away for now. We'll see if they elect to recontest here, as the teleport does come through from the side of Buffalo on towards the mid lane for Gangplank. NIU doesn't have anybody available quite yet to contest on this dragon, so I believe they're going to have to just let it go. They do indeed. And unfortunate timing on the pick there from the side of Buffalo. NIU needing to be careful, as not quite able to have enough damage on Snark and Fury to grab the kill on towards these the jungle and top lane of Buffalo. Fury going to continue to try to clear out this ward. Not going to be able to grab that, but now really both these teams just setting up for the positioning around Baron. Both these teams looking at that as their next objective that they're going to be wanting to take. And we do have a fully stacked Rod of Ages, a fully stacked Seraph's Embrace as well for the Anivia. So be chilling on a nice trajectory here and a strong point in his game. And so with that mid lane pushing all the way to the next, or to the inhibitor turrets, does look like NIU. They wanted to start that up, but with the vision from the side of Buffalo, they decided it was too risky to try to 50-50 that. And so it will just be the repush of the mid lane, trying to reset these waves. We do see that the Pantheon going to be moving towards recalling here and resetting off of that bot lane push. NIU looking to maybe try for a push here. They know that the side of Tut is there. Not able to land the stun quite early enough. Nicely done by the Rel, buffering the stun from B Chillin. And NIU may look to try to force that again. Stark gonna just do some damage. NIU will look to clear out this vision, and will be able to do so. And now it's a matter of resetting, so we'll see where these teams want to go with it. We do see Snark gonna reset for an item. We'll have the rapid fire cannon available for this fight with one breakout around Baron. Pantheon also sitting on 3 items. NIU Looks like they're going to just go ahead and start the dance around the Baron. They have the vision. They'll clear out that. Actually, there is still a there's still a far sight in the Baron pit. So, and are you needing to be careful considering that this Galio is split pushing down towards the bot side, and we saw it last game. The side of Buffalo did just go ahead and start that up and force that. And now, and are you going to start up this Baron? The teleport does come through from Galio. He's going to have to teleport a little bit far away from the Baron. The red team is going to be able to still get the Baron. Is NIU going to be able to get out from this one? They lose 2. They lose 3. They're going to lose 4. No, they'll lose. We'll see if Corky's able to get out of this. And same with Anivia. Corky, nicely done by Snark, able to get away. Be chillin', gonna place the wall, able to get out himself as well. And NIU will just sneak this Baron, but will they be able to get any more members of the team out of this one? Be chillin', gonna fall as well as Agnivia. And so it will just be one member of NIU keeping the Baron buff in Snark. And now they'll lose their top lane tier 2 turret. They could potentially lose even more than that. Otter is back available, so we'll see if Buffalo might overstay on this one. They do just back away. And so this one just barely going in favor of NIU with that Baron, but the ensuing fight definitely Buffalo favored. Fury. Uh-oh. There is 4 in that bush. NIU gonna go ahead and try to start up this dragon. They have the teleport. They'll use it to set up for this dragon spawning in 23 seconds. They do teleport and be chillin'. So he is available. Stark gonna continue to clear out this mid lane wave. Be chillin' gonna just sit in the bush. I'm not sure that Buffalo knows that he has teleported in. And so now we'll see if NIU is able to grab any picks here. With B chillin', he is gonna get spotted. So NIU will clear out some of this vision, and NIU will start up this dragon. They'll get it down to about 50% HP. Stark gonna take it low. That's the ulti over the top. NIU, Fury is there. He's gonna be able to grab it, but B chillin' will fall early, as will Snark. NIU may trade the dragon for their lives and their base, as Otter is going to be able to walk from this one. He'll have to be getting out, and it will be Otter versus everybody from Buffalo for the next 30 seconds. NIU does get the dragon. They prevent 3 Chemtech Drake stacks from Buffalo, but is it going to be too risky, this fight? They've still got 20 seconds, and Buffalo's got 4 members of their team on that mid lane inhibitor. 10 seconds before Snark arrives again. The Steadfast Presence is used. Poppy just going to try to delay. That's going to be 1 Nexus turret. That's going to be 2 Nexus turrets and the death. And I think this is going to be it. The dragon for base trade, unfortunate for the Huskies. They felt they needed to take that objective, and Buffalo was able to find themselves the game and the match. So NIU will be handed their 2nd loss of the season. An unfortunate one here for the Huskies, as that's going to be, yeah, I mean, that was not to be clear, I called it out as being maybe that was a kind of like passive aggressive multi pings on towards the Gangplank. It was not. That was the fact that Gangplank had stayed alive and was just grabbing gold and was getting so much in his pocket that by the end, that Gangplank was a menace. 29.5k damage. The gold really starting at, and I held the lead, kept it even, and then held the lead from 9 minutes all the way until 22. But after that point, it just went spiraling in favor of Buffalo. So NIU will fall to 4-2 on the season. Definitely still in the upper echelon of the conference. they've got a couple tough matches here to go in a row. Definitely winnable, but tough ones to say the least, just based on some of that preseason seeding. With oop, with Miami on no Ball State on Saturday and Miami on next Wednesday. So be sure to stick around and keep an eye on our channel. We'll be live for those matches on Saturday and Wednesday, as well as on Tuesday and Thursday for Overwatch next week. So definitely stick with it. For everybody here at NIU Esports, thank you so much for watching. Unfortunate outcome for the Huskies tonight, but they'll bounce back on Saturday. For myself, Connor Vagel, for Ethan Noodle Nguyen, our producer, and for everybody at NIU Esports, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys soon on Saturday. Good night.